Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Motormouth Broadcasting, and welcome into the Ultimate GT Championship presented by the Roasted Record. We're in for Season 4 this evening, Round 2 live from Long Beach Street Circuit. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been on your screens. The last time we were with you, we were out at the wondrous Laguna Seca for Round 1, where it was chaos ensued, and if you thought it was chaotic last time, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Long Beach, baby, the streets of California, concrete barriers surrounding the circuit tonight, and it's a concrete jungle of California love. Hamish Runner here with you, Jim Cunningham alongside Jim. I'm super excited. I love Long Beach. This is my favorite street circuit on all of iRacing. It is a track that will reward you in kind if you respect it. If you're smooth, you'll get fast, where if you try and wrestle it and try and headlock it, it'll German suplex you straight into the ground before you could even say a prayer. But oh, my friend, I'm giddy. I have goosebumps. Long Beach is always a special time, and we're going to be in for a special time tonight. Have you mayhaps got the wrong microphone thing selected? Have you perhaps maybe updated your sound settings on your computer recently? Okay,
All
you've got
right,
it.
I'm
That's
with you
good.
now. That's left over from a Windows update that occurred within the past couple of weeks. But anyway, so like I was laughing and saying when you cut to me and then it just went silent, which is probably the best I've ever sounded, but that's another story entirely. So I know you're giddy because you in the broadcaster chat that we have, you posted how excited you were, which in the entire time that we've been working together, I don't know that that's ever occurred. So that alone told me how excited you were. And then, you were just the whole time pre-race when we were talking and getting ready, that's literally all you talked about was how excited you were for this particular race. So and I, we talked about it. I think we're probably going to have chaos, no doubt about it.
Probably is the wrong word. Guaranteed is the
Well,
correct
okay.
word, Jim.
I was going to allow the thought that they could possibly use your favorite word,
Which is patience.
which is patience.
Unfortunately, Jim, lap one at the fountain, patience does not exist.
No, no.
Puckering
Well,
and
turn
fingers
one.
crossed is the only thing that exists. Well, yeah, turn one as well.
I mean,
But
all of those
it
spots.
it is very likely, more so than any, that turn one or the fountain or the final corner are going to become car parks. Possibly turn nine as well. I mean, there are quite a few car parks around Long Beach,
There
and
are
we may
quite a
create
few.
some as well.
Yes. Well, let's take a look at these points before we get rolling here because they're about to finish qualifying and jump into the warm up
The
session.
warm up session, yeah. So they'll get themselves in and the circuit warmed up, of course. For the current point standings, though, of course, Nathan Biggett is leading the way, 150 points in the pro class at this stage. Ricardo Delgado ahead of Derek Fulker in P3, Tyler Merritt and Brett Thurman for the top 5. Daniel Schmoll ahead of Joseph DuPont, Michael Anderson, Scott Petrone, and Justin Bock are currently the top 10 for the GT3 Pro category. For Pro-Ams, it's David Steiner currently leading the way. The Australian, who had a top-level effort last time out at Laguna Seca, he leads the fellow Australian in Michael Caffery at this stage as well, with David Gallant, Zach Houston in behind with Ty Baxter making up that top 5. Harrison Holiday, Brian Scott, ahead of James Holland, Justin Welsh, and Eric Cruz for that top 10 as well. Within the Pro-Am class. For the AMs, all it is Jacob Cotterman leading 141 points, tied at the moment with Chet Miller in P2. So it's equal P1 for the top 2 in that class. Jed Cotterman ahead of James Leneven and Jody Nelson at this stage for that top 5. Jonathan Swan ahead of Greg Lawrence, Brennan Herzing, Trevor Thomas, and Mark Ogier for the top 10 in the AM class. For our GT4s, well, it's Cole Malley ahead on 150 points, ahead of John Voigt, with Timothy Schaefer, Michael Smith, and Brian Lavrisa ahead of Brandon Bassina, Aidan Kiley, Chris Grondon, Corey Patton, and Matt Lass for the 10 GT4 cars. Currently for the top 10 of that classification as well.
All right.
Of course, we had a week off last week for Daytona week, of course. It began weekend prior
you need
for
to
the
let
Raw.
me talk for a second so you can catch your breath because we're fixing to do your track map in like 10 seconds.
Get ready, Jim.
So
Get ready.
Take a deep breath and get ready because here we go.
Well, it's a quick short lap around here in the beach of Southern California. down in Long Beach, of course. It's titled that because it is right on a long beach, ironically. It's a wonderful place to go racing, and it's a wondrous part of the world as well. Hot temperatures can often mean that the track becomes very, very slick and very, very slippery too. And drivers will have to be cautious of that as they go around this treacherous place. Of course, the composite of the road surface is, of course, the tarmac concrete and concrete tarmac composition as well between them. The run down towards turn one is very long and it's very, very fast, slight kink in the road as well. As you come into the braking zone, got to be cautious of the pit exit on the right-hand side. And as you enter through one, you then dance in the car up towards turn 2, 3, and 4 for the fountain section. As we said, this is an early spot for chaos and an early spot for track jams too. You make it out of the fountain, you then set yourself up for the run around the double right-handers of turn 4 and 5. And just keeping the car in check through there is a massive struggle, because if you hook too much of the curb at turn 5, you end up then backing the car into the wall off the exit and causing a heap of damage onto your car as well. Then the run down towards the braking zone at turn 6, where again, you can get moves made, but it's a very tight spot on the circuit. Good runoff on the exit just to try and get into an escape road, but it's about the only escape you're ever going to get. Then it's up towards turn 7 and turn 9 and in towards the Formula Drift section and running it down underneath the cross bridge of the mall that kind of encases this area, creates a tunnel down the straight up towards the turn 9 braking zone. When you come into turn 9, you can really hop that curb. Don't want to take too much of it though, because it'll send you straight into the wall on the left-hand side of the Firestone barrier. Then keeping the car in check for the double left and into the treacherous hairpin, where in qualifying we would have seen cars make their way sort of under brakes, taking a very long and extended entry to try and get as much pace down the straight, and then the shallow entry to get as much pace within the lap at the end of it too. It's a tight section of circuit at the back end. Drivers are going to have to be cautious of it. Again, the 3 major spots for car parks tonight are turn 1, the fountain, and as well for the final corner too. So drivers will have to be cautious of all of them.
Good job, man. That's a lot of talking back to back right there. Sorry to do that to you like that. We came in a little jammed up on time because, well, I'm slow. But anyway, so as we got about a minute and a half. Oh, there we go, right there. One of the hot spots, getting on the power too hard, coming through that through the hairpin there, and you know that's a nightmarish corner to broadcast. In fact, so, I probably need to turn my speed thing down.
One of the problems with that corner, Jim, is often at times drivers will try and take a little bit too much through turn 9. And as they come to the braking zone at 10, they want to try and hook it right on the inside of the hairpin. And unfortunately, the tighter entry you have, the wider berth it has for the exit. And often we'll see drivers get hooked up side by side. They'll bang doors, and then both of them will end up in the wall on the left-hand side of the circuit as you face down towards the start-finish line. So I think for tonight, if drivers are going to try and go for moves, there's no point trying to go for it at the hairpin. You may as well wait for turn 1, because if you can maximize your exit out of the hairpin, you're going to get a much better run down towards turn 1, and you'll be able to get it done on the inside under the braking zone at turn 1.
Yeah,
it is literally 180 degrees. None of these cars have got the turning circle available to them to get around an inside run at the hairpin unless they can turn off their traction control and try and turn the rear of the car with the tires. That's the only chance they've got. Seriously, it's the only chance.
Is this one of those don't do as I do as I say do? By the way,
no, it's not.
Congratulations, by the way, on Hamish ran the Roar before the 24 during our off weeks here, and he did finish third. And basically doing all the things he tells drivers on broadcast not to do, passing in the wrong spots and all those kind of things. But that's a horse of a different color. We'll cover that later because it's grid time now.
That was mainly because I went a lap down after accidentally putting it in the wall at the bus stop chicane. Made one mistake of the whole race, and then I'm like, well, we're going for it now. Ain't no Mr. Nice Guy about me. The starting grid for tonight's race, though, will be as follows. As we look to our front row, it is Ricardo Delgado alongside Nathan Biggett on the front row of the grid, as we then look back to Brett Thurman and Stephen Smith on row 2 as well. For row 3, we get to David Glenn and Tyler Merritt starting alongside each other too. The Mustang versus the Lambo, with the Merc and the BMW of Michael Caffrey and Daniel Schmall for row 4. Down towards row 5, we get Justin Bock and Michael Anderson too. And then up towards row 6, we go with Jed Cotterman and Kurt Bazza as well. Jed winning his split of the Raw before the 24, by the way, the weekend prior to the 24-hour. Scott Petrone and Brian Scott starting alongside each other in behind. On row 8, we have Harrison Holiday and Francis Crosby as well in the 27 and the 92 cars, with Jacob Cotterman and Derek Fulker starting alongside each other on row 9, with row 10 lining up with James Leneven and Chet Miller in behind them for an All-American 10th row of the grid, with Ty Baxter and Jason Holland starting for row 11, as well as we look back to row 12 with Greg Lawrence and Philip Caffery for the Mustang and the McLaren, with row 13 being met up with Justin Wells and Jody Nelson, one of the Porsches out there. It's the strongest car at the moment with the BOP. Brandon Herzing and John Swan on the 14th row of the grid too, with the 15th row going to Cole Malley and Craig Bristol. So the first of the GT4s starts out of P30 tonight, with Corey Patton and Matt Lass, the teammates, making up row 16, with row 17 going the way of Timothy Schaefer and Trevor Thomas. As we then look back as well to row 18 of Michael Smith and Brian Lavrisa too. Beautiful BWT Porsche livery there, by the way. Chris Grondin and Wyatt Youngblood starting for the 19th row of the grid. That has actually had a change of livery on it. Thankfully, Aidan Kiley, Brandon Bassina as well in behind them. And for row 21, it's Chad Gross and Herschel Lawrence for our top 42 positions. Joseph Dupont, Guilherme Oliveira at the back end of the field here this evening. So we'll see how everyone lines up. We'll see how well they survive, as well as the pace car will look to come into the tight and treacherous pit lane entry. That's one to keep an eye on tonight as well. It's a long pit lane. It's a slow pit lane, and drivers are going to have to be cautious of it as they go racing once again here in the Ultimate GT Championship. 5 lights, and it's already a car park at the hairpin as Michael Caffery, I believe, or it might be Philip Caffery, it was, has spun it round at the hairpin, holding up the back end of the GT3 field. As we head down towards turn 1, it is a battle between Biggin and Delgado on the inside, and the Corvette gets the run through, takes the race lead, and now runs them up towards the fountain, where we've got to watch for more car park action. Got to watch for more opportunities of cars to get parked up, and they're going slow already. And a car spun round. It is Brian Scott who's been spun round down there, Jim, in the fountain section. So contact's already happening, and it's already chaos.
Yeah, and well, we're going to let this just settle out a minute here, and then we're going to go back and look at it. This is probably one of the places that you could advocate for a caution flag in road racing. Safety car here would be probably advantageous at this point, but I do not think that is available here.
I would argue it's not advantageous at this point, Jim, because actually it would then put the whole field back together again.
Yeah, it's true.
And create more issues. Okay. So I actually think they're better off just letting them run for a few laps, and then if we still get issues.
At the hairpin initially?
Philip Caffery was down at the hairpin before the green flag.
All right, let's see if this is. This is going to take a second, folks, because this is truly a parking lot down here.
Oh, it is. So everyone's going slow, which again, I don't really understand why they're going too wide through here. They should be going single file through the final corner. Long Beach doing Long Beach things, and of course, that Mustang ain't got a turning circle. Contact's made, and they're all having to wait up, and they get halted. So,
okay.
So this is why I'm an advocate for single file. Yes. Gentlemanly agreement towards the hairpin on the start.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go too wide.
It's kind of like the Nürburgring. On the rolling starts there, in the industry jargon course,
Tyler Merritt. Sorry, Tyler Merritt's gone round as well down at turn 5, Jim. So that Lamborghini has now dropped spots. We had a good starting position tonight, but now he is right down the order. And again, survival of the fittest, I think, is the best way we can describe it. Of course, the World Cup's coming to the United States in, next year. That'll be a bit of survival of the fittest as well. But then also, if the Olympics ever come back, that'll be the real survival of the fittest as we ride with Jed Cotterman down towards the this is on lap 1.
This is
so
all
for
around the fountain section here.
Yeah. And we'll watch, because we'll see, there it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian Scott and the Castrol entry goes round, and Jed cops a little bit of damage
immediately. That was a good move. I have to give him credit for that. It happened. It was a bad deal, but at least he towed. He didn't try to turn it there.
No, that's right.
All right, let's see if we can get our grips around this thing with See where we're at here now if this thing's starting to settle out a little bit.
Well, we can see already that Ricardo Delgado is in dominant form already, leading the way for the Pro class, with Stephen Smith at this stage as well, leading for the Pro-Ams. 2 here tonight as well. So, of course, they are classified and points are given for class finishes, not for overalls, within that GT3 field. So you're getting points if you finish first place in Pro-Am, get points for first place if you finish first in Pro, points for first if you finish first in Am. And I am under the impression, Jim, now, it can be a little bit quite contentious as Jed's looking for a move around the outside here. I'm actually under the impression that it's better to score them on an overall for the GT3s because it will reward good performances within your class, and it means that if you have a poor result, you're not still like, because say there's 10 AM cars, right, and you come 30th.
Right.
Surely it makes more sense to get points for 30th place than for 10th. I mean, that you haven't really driven a 10th best result.
I mean, I think you could probably argue that both ways, you know?
Yeah. I think both have merit for sure. And we'll see how that plays out tonight across
he's got his Long
running.
Beach outfit on tonight, as we see.
This man is prepared for mojitos and maybe even a cigar on the beach side. That's what this man is built for right now.
You should have seen the outfit he had on pre-race. I'm not going to spoil it in case he decides to do it again later, but let's just say that he decided not to do it because it was hazardous to all the drivers around him. What happened?
Sorry, Jim. Aiden Kiley has gone off at turn 7 and is parked in the wall, and he's just towed back to pit lane. This is big for the GT4 class because we know that Aiden is very strong.
Avoidance.
Oh, my God.
That was a hell of an avoidance. I don't know who that was.
Great avoidance from both parties. Aiden turned the wheel then just to kind of snap the front back a little bit so it didn't go straight in line of that Porsche. That was a great job from both drivers.
This is one of those tracks. This is a lot like the mountain at Bathurst. You just got to tow sometimes at this place. There's just nothing you can do about it, you know?
No, that's right.
That's right. That's the biggest problem. People get at the mountain at Bathurst and they try to straighten it back out, and that's the worst thing you could do.
No, that's exactly right. And I would say as well, if you're in a fixed setup league out there, and you need to be able to flick spin your car that has got traction control turned on, map a button that is the traction control toggle.
Yep.
And you just press the button to turn it off quickly, and you quickly do your flick spin, and then you're on your way. That'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. But in saying that, similarly to Bathurst as well, Jim, you have to bring respect to Long Beach. You need to respect it. You need to respect the style of racing that Long Beach is, and you need pure patience. I mean, look at the patience that's currently being applied by Delgado and by Bigot here with the GT4 traffic. Arguably, does Bigot need to go around the outside at turn 7? Probably not, but he made it work for him, and there was respect both ways from the GT4 car and his Mustang as well. He didn't just try and send it up the inside.
That pink GT4 there in the background is the car that made that unbelievable avoidance there when
that's
Aiden
Brian Lavrisa, and must say, as disappointing as the previous Alpine Formula 1 liveries have been with all the carbon on them, at least now they have rules in place that it must be 55% of the car painted. But honestly, the BWT pink, it is a gorgeous color, I must say. Mix that with that dark blue or even a nice pearl blue, you can get something lovely out of a livery. And yeah, I mean, can't miss him on track in that BWT car. And again, great avoidance from Brian Lavisa previously. Great job.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of driving to avoid that. That could have ended his race quickly there. To tell you how quick these guys are up front, they have already lapped Brian, who is, I think, second in.
Well, they're already. Oh no! Oh my God! I was about to say there has been contact at turn 5, Jinx. I was about to say they have already got 7 seconds over the previous P3 car in Brett Thurman, who has now dropped position because he got caught up trying to go around the outside of some GT4s, i.e. Brian Lavrisa down at turn 5. So they made contact. Lavrisa made contact with the car ahead of him. And unfortunately for Brett, he had nowhere to go, actually. So he wasn't even trying to go around them. He was waiting for the straight and got caught up in the wrong place, wrong time.
See it again here. Yeah, I mean, that's just that's a Long Beach. I mean, the street circuit in general there, you know. And by the way, just for the sake of the broadcast, the iRacing is having an issue with the picture-in-picture setup that we normally run, so we're going single camera this evening. So when you see an incident, kind of give me a quick name so that I can, because you know everything's red on the scoring because of the hairpins and stuff.
Oh, yes, of course. SDK's thought of, oh, somebody parked the car. They've obviously crashed.
Yeah, so everything is just solid red. So if you don't, if
okay.
I don't have a name, it's hard for me to find them quickly.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I try and call it out as I see it and as it happens. We've got a couple of cars in pit lane. Brandon Herzing's had to come in. So has Trevor Thomas as well. So a couple of those guys have already had to commit to pit stops very early in this race.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden Kiley, by the way, has done the track extension down at turn 1. He's actually overextended his braking zone here, Jim, and he's currently trying to turn around behind the tyre barrier just down at turn 1. So that's going to become a factor tonight for drivers. If you're not going to make the braking zone, just take the escape road. It'll save your car, and it may save someone else's race.
I mean, that escape road at turn 1 is quite beneficial. So I normally would not do this to someone, but I just can't resist. So we're going to watch him try to do his
you know
what?
what?
Smart though. That was
fair effort. He pulled it up.
That was smart. Yeah, no, good for him. You know,
and he made the elected choice to, instead of trying to turn it around before the tyre barrier, he used the space that was available to him to not hinder anyone else's race. Fair play to Aiden Kiley.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give him credit for that. You know, that was another good move. Like, he spun earlier, pulled a good move to get out of the direct line of traffic, and then he's struggling here a little bit tonight, but he's struggling in a bit of what I would say is a good way. You know, he's making smart decisions anyway.
I was about to mention Daniel Schmoll's name for having the fastest lap of the race, which is a 118.87, but he's just had a spin Jim down at turn 5.
Indeed, I see.
And he's just having to get that thing. He didn't hit the wall, though, luckily, and didn't hit anyone else. Was self-inflicted. I think he caught too much of the curb and just bounced it round. But it's a very fast car. He's a very fast driver tonight. As I said, fastest on track at the moment, but great job, though, not to hit the wall.
He's watching his relative. No, he's watching his relative. He's good.
I'll be honest with you, the perspective made me think the Mustang was behind him as he backed back. And I thought, oh, wait, no, did I miss him hitting a Mustang? But no, he was already past him. But
good. I mean, good job. You know, I mean, again, you know, this awareness at these places, man. You know, you're going to make mistakes. You just have to be aware, make good decisions, and you can minimize the damage.
The best thing you can do here at Long Beach, it's more important than any other job because of how slow the pit lane is. The best thing you can do if you want to get a result tonight is keep that car out of pit lane.
Yes.
Keep it out of pit lane and keep it out of the wall. Those are the two main objectives.
If you go around this circuit without touching a wall, or obviously relatively serious contact with the wall, you're going to have a good finish tonight because half the cars in this field will make hard contact with the wall before it's over with.
No, they will. And it's
not more.
You know, self-preservation is often at times the most important thing in racing, obviously, with a lot of racing circuits that, you know, along the board of racing. Street circuits, specifically here at Long Beach, it's the same with Chicago, but, you know, Chicago's
kind of... again?
Oh, that might have been.
I think it was.
It was Aiden Kiley again.
Turn 1 for Aiden Kiley again. He has missed that. That's twice now he's missed it. Oh, that's not good.
No, that front steering rack may have a bit of... it looks okay at the moment.
Well, let's see. Get him
he looks to have survived it.
It's a little off, but yeah, it's not...
You know...
Yeah, he's off.
You know what will be the interesting... The race that actually really interests me, and I'm actually very excited for it as well, next week, Mexico City, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
Yes.
And how the field and traffic filtering is going to work, but also how well drivers can actually avoid things. as that was Brandon Herzing, who was just off the side of the road. Then he's just towed back to pit lane in his Aston Martin. That's now the second time he's had to come into pit road, as he was just in the wall there down at turn 6. But yeah, I'm very excited for Mexico next week. The first time we get to see it in this series, and
Yes.
I'm intrigued to see how it's going to work for them.
Okay, so couple thoughts. You know, I've seen some absolutely phenomenal races at Mexico City so far that I've broadcast. I've also broadcast some real snoozers.
Yes.
So, based on that, I'm, optimistic, but, we'll see. So,
I think the GT3s will turn it on for us, but I think if you approach traffic at the stadium section, it's going to feel like it's killing your race if that happens, because you're not going to get past a GT4 car in the stadium. I mean, that would just be ludicrous because of how tight the corner is.
I mean, it's tight. There's several spots on that course that are tight. Coming out of that stadium is nasty in a GT3 car. That turn, because it's for some reason it's really super slick there and it's tight. So if you spin there, they can't see you. They're coming around a blind corner. It can get really nasty. But Miami, the new Miami Stadium course is not on this season, right?
No, and we were big advocates that we thought it should have been.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I've done one race there so far, and it was horrific.
I've seen officials there, and the officials look great.
Well, I drove it in the Porsche Cup car, and I loved the track. I was, this is great, it's fun. But I just did a Super Formula race there, which you would think would go around there pretty well because it's almost like a Formula One car. But Jim,
there's your problem. The Formula One races at Miami are normally boring because lap one's when all the action happens, and then nothing happens after that.
I mean, let's be realistic. Every Formula One race is like that. There's like literally 5 circuits the whole year that it's not like that.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was going to be better, and it just was not. It caused the biggest gaps I've ever seen in broadcasting. And I know this league. It's not like this is the first time I've ever seen this league.
Well, you know what we're getting next season, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, what are we getting next season? I do know because
St.
I keep
Pete.
up. Yes, St. Pete. I think St. Pete is going to be a whole lot like Long Beach.
It'll be like it'll be like Long Beach or Belle Isle.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Which arguably are couple of my favorite circuits in all of iRacing, and you can add Adelaide to that, although it's tighter, and for certain cars it's probably going to be tough.
I would not bring this field to Adelaide.
No, it's too big of a field and too big of cars.
It's a very difficult track to learn, and you got to put the time in to learn it. 100%.
I loved it though, man. I tell you what,
it's great.
I drove the crap out of it. I raced, I don't know, like 4 or 5 official Porsche Cup races that week that it was there.
Well, I'm also very excited, Jim, coming up after our midway point of the season when we have our 90-minute race at Interlagos.
That's going to be
in a few weeks' time. I'm very excited for that 2 weeks of Interlagos and then Circuit Gilles Villeneuve the week after. That is going to be a great time. I am super. I love Montreal. I
cannot get excited about Montreal. We'll see, but I haven't done a lot of races there. I don't have a lot of experience driving the track.
It's no Red Bull Ring, but still a great track.
In your mind, what is? Nothing.
Long Beach.
You couldn't get 2 more dramatically different tracks than those 2.
What can I say? I love Long Beach.
I mean, that's saying something, considering I know how much you like Red Bull Ring.
Oh yeah, I love
both.
The
fact that you just put the 2 in the same sentence is pretty impressive, because
they are my top 2 favorite tracks, Jim.
Wow, that's
Bathurst is number 3.
Well, of course, I mean that makes.
And then Sandown.
Well, again, that makes sense as well, just because of your
and then Daytona.
If you without getting into any of the details, but when you move, are you going to be closer to any really cool tracks?
No, I'm actually going to. Well, depending on where that happens
Right.
and where that goes to.
Right. Potentially,
The
though.
current planned area, I would technically be closer, but it would take me longer to get there because I would live across the bay from Phillip Island.
Oh, okay. And
But
is
I
that
would
like
have
a
to drive
ferry?
around.
Oh, there's not a ferry or
Yeah.
anything?
No, I'd have to drive around
Oh,
to get to the island. So
Oh,
there might be a ferry, but I don't know. I don't
hey.
know if I get my car there.
Is that
Oh,
Cotterman?
no, because that's a GT4 car. That's Schaefer.
The red one?
As big as just coming back. Yeah, that's Schaefer in
Oh.
the GT4
Well,
Merc.
he was doing a little bumpity bump there, wasn't he?
Currently,
As big it goes by.
currently 11 a.m. Australian time Sunday session split winner Jed Cotterman for the Raw before the 24 is P11 overall at the moment,
So
and is
what
P1
split
in the
was he in?
GT3 AM class. It was one of the mid splits.
Okay.
Yeah, might have been like split 13
Right.
on the Sunday session, which was like late night
And
US.
he won that driving what?
LMP3.
Nice.
Yeah. Because he did the same time slot as one of my
so
friends,
you mean
but he was in a different split.
GT3
Yeah, amateur Jed Cotterman.
amateur driver Jed Cotterman won
Yep.
the Roar before the 24 in his split.
Yep.
Well, that is impressive from an AM, isn't it? Uh-oh.
Oh, it is.
Did Cole Malley really have a crash? No.
But you know what's even more impressive, Jim? Just to sink this in even more. Winning 2024 and coming P3 in 2025. No, winning in 2025 and coming P3 in 2026.
Yeah.
Double podium, 2 years in a row.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that one. You did. After going a lap down. Most impressive.
After going a lap down.
All right, so can you help me with something on the
Sure.
on the burger menu?
Yes.
Under what category do I find the thing where I can turn the speed down on the crash notifications?
Okay. So that should be. Let me look, and then I'll event viewer,
Yep.
and then it's event viewer is crash threshold speed.
Okay, thank you. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to change this.
We will. We will talk amongst ourselves as we get that sorted out here. As well, if you're watching along with us, by the way, tonight, as we're just chatting away about racing circuits and racing that's been happening. Of course, last weekend, the D24. This weekend, the real life Rolex 24 begins the year of racing for Real World. I'm very excited as a big IMSA fan.
Yes.
IMSA is probably my... Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's probably my favorite racing series in the world right now. Supercars would be a close second. I actually really enjoyed the Supercars final series last year. And I haven't watched a lot of NASCAR this year in the real world racing, Jim, but I am learning more and more about NASCAR as my venture into NASCAR race calling or stock car race calling is getting more and more prevalent within my broadcasting space. So, I want to get into watching. I want to get into watching IndyCar this year. That's what I want to get into watching.
And next,
I love open wheel.
Indy next also.
Yep. Because I was a big fan, Jim, when I first got on iRacing, of racing the old Indy light car. I thought it was brilliant.
And from everything I hear, I have not raced it, but everything I hear, the
Indy next car
is a phenomenal car to drive. It's got push to pass, so it kind of gets you broke in on that.
It's basically the in-between of an SF24, which is the Super Formula Light, and then the SF23, the Super Formula, because it's the size of an SF24, but it has the push-to-pass of an SF23. So it's kind of a good in-between if you want to learn more open-wheel stuff.
Right. Or it's, just a toned-down version of the Dallara IR18, which is the current Indy car that they're running. So, I mean... I think that's going to be some fun stuff to watch. And plus, there's several of the IndyCar and Indy Next drivers that are. That was a nice pass right there.
That was a great pass.
Several of the Indy Next and IndyCar drivers that are on iRacing. Which to me, I love the fact that these pro drivers do this for fun. I mean.
That's great.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I think
fantastic.
it's, you can say what you want to say or whatever, but the reality is that if you get into a race with a professional race car driver and the guy's a professional, it's a lot of fun. Even if they kick your butt, it's
There
still a lot of
are
fun.
there are quite a few Australian supercars drivers who are on iRacing,
Yes,
and
yes.
two of our biggest event of the year in terms of single event, the OSR Bathurst 12 Hour, which is coming up in a few months' time. There'll be a few drivers that do that. Normally, Kostecki would do it, or Heimgartner, or SVG may do it, depending on his time availability.
Yeah, which is probably
But
pretty limited nowadays.
but then also the Supercars Pro Invitational Series. I know that last year at the Bathurst 1000, both Kostecki and SVG drove. SVG actually sat in for Richie Stanaway, who couldn't race. You might need to update your trading paints, by the way, Jim,
Yeah,
because his
my,
paint did
yeah,
update on my end. So,
yep, I will do that as we speak.
yep.
Let's take a ride. We're
Um,
going to take a ride with on board. Let's go on
let's
board.
take a ride
Let's take a ride with
Justin
Justin.
Bock. Yeah, so this will obviously give you a good view of kind of the tunnel vision that you can actually get around Long Beach.
I love
You're
that.
surrounded by these barriers, and you can see the sort of sunset in the distance as well as you come up to. You're facing the bay of LA, and you can see in the distance just the silhouette of Los Angeles just ahead of you as well. In through turn one, tough braking zone as well, wanting to hug the wall on the inside and then almost clipping the wall as you enter in towards the fountain. Clip the wall again on exit as well, and then you're trying to ride the curb as much as possible through here. Now, he didn't really attack the curb too much. He's probably just trying to keep the car clean and not going for lap time. Those little rumble strips, though, as the curb at turn 5, avoid them for your life, because if you take too much of them, it will bounce your car and it'll put you in the wall very, very quickly. And through turn 6 again, just trying to let the car roll through. It's almost like a roller coaster ride, just letting it bounce and do its thing and dancing through corners. In through turn 7, avoid the tire barrier on the outside, please. You don't want to hit that, because that'll park your car straight in the wall before you can even say please no. Up towards turn 8, we're into the Formula Drift section now. This is where, obviously, Formula Drift was, when it first started, they came to Long Beach. They used this section of track because it had a great switchback section about it. And you see here, down in through this 180-degree hairpin corner, you've got to take a wide berth, tuck it in as tight as possible, and hope and pray you make it out the other side and you don't hit the wall. It's a very quick lap. It's just under a minute and 20 seconds around here.
It really is a great lap.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
this
great,
place is tough. It's tough, but this is truly
And
a
if
great
you
lap.
want bulk SR gain on iRacing, go to Long Beach when it's in the officials
we
and
got
just
some
start from
business
pit
here.
lane. We do indeed.
Nathan Biggett.
Delgado and Biggett are still battling for this race lead. They've caught some lap traffic within the GT3 field. Oh, he clipped the wall, then Biggett just clipped the wall at turn 7. That was on the inside of the car.
I mean, you can get
You
away
saw
with that
that.
here.
You can get away with it.
As
but
long, if
he's
it doesn't
lucky.
upset your car too much, this is a tough corner right here. I have spun a lot right there.
It's really, really tough. I had this great shot that I got many years. Actually, no, it's about 10 years ago now. Well, this makes me feel old.
You are old.
Back before I was on iRacing, when I was on Forza Motorsport. I think it was Forza Motorsport 6 or 7, one of the two. It's whichever one had the Volvo supercar on it. And I've got this photo of me coming through that corner, and I bounced the right-hand side of the car up, so it was riding on the left-hand tires as I came over the curb, and the car was up on 2 wheels. It looked great. It was probably one of my first actually good action shots in a racing game of a car. But yeah, you attack that curb, you've got to be committed, and you've got to hope and pray that the car will not end up in the wall. Man. I've seen many cars get absolutely beached with their rear wing on that outside tire barrier at turn 7. So you've got to be cautious and careful.
So fast through that fountain area, man.
You know what it is? He's committed.
Right there.
Hey Jim, what did I tell you back in December?
Oh, Biggett's spinning!
Oh, Biggett! Nathan Biggett on board. The Ford Mustang has gone round at turn 6.
Ooh, I think I might have commentator cursed him there. Oh,
there goes Smith. So Smith now goes up to P2. He's P1 in the Pro-Am class.
That's insane, man. But Long Beach is that kind of track that a guy like, that a Pro-Am guy could win the race. I mean, wow.
Well, Jim,
man.
think back to December. In the words that I told you
Oh,
in the
we
last
got
round
a
of last
spinner
season,
right there.
that's Tyler Merritt. That is Tyler Merritt spun round.
You know that car. Oh, yeah, obviously he just jumped to
Oh, yeah.
pits. Yeah.
He has. Pretty hard not to recognise.
Yeah.
Remember the words I told you back in December, Jim, prior to the season update?
I know.
The
Yeah,
Corvette
you're right.
was going to be strong,
It is.
and Delgado has picked the right car this season because that
Yes.
car is steamrolling ahead. And then we look as well to Chet Miller, P3 in the AM class at the moment in a Corvette. It is back, baby. Get Freedom Power back on your list for the Sebring 12-hour in a few months, or even for the Bathurst 12-hour next month.
I'm going to say this. Look, the front-engine Mercedes were nasty fast at Daytona.
Well, really, the BOP at the moment is favouring the Porsche.
Not at Daytona, it didn't.
It was.
No. Almost all the guys won in Mercedes.
No, the Daytona 24 split that I saw had a Porsche that was 3 laps ahead of P2.
I mean, everything that
I've halfway
done
through the race
in the past 2 weeks that involved Daytona, since the original BOP came out, which they didn't really modify that much after, Mercedes have dominated. I mean, I just did a race last night with 5 guys that had a 9,500 I rating or higher. One of them was an 11.6, a couple of 10s. They were all driving Mercedes, and they were just bad fast. And all of them were coming off of the 24-hour, of Daytona, and they were all driving the same cars they drove over the weekend. Literally did the race last night.
What is going to be interesting, and it'll be interesting for us how this season develops too, because we're going to run through the next 2 GT special events, the Bathurst 12-hour and the Sebring 12-hour as well, and how the BOP changes, and how that change will now bring about the swaying of momentum for these cars as well. Of course, we've got Bathurst coming up next month. It'll be roughly on the weekend, I believe the weekend after Valentine's Day, because the real 12 hours on Valentine's Day, as Greg Lawrence has just gone into the escape road and towed back. Okay.
All right.
So I believe the Bathurst 12-hour is the weekend after the real life 12-hour, because the real life 12-hour is on the on Valentine's Day weekend, and we've obviously got the Daytona 24-hour this weekend. This previous weekend, Daytona 500 is in 2 weekends' time. And then, obviously, we're into February. So, and the Bathurst and then the Sebring 12-hour, I believe, is midway through March. So David Gallant in at the halfway point of this race. So, we're guaranteed to only have a 1-stop here for the front few drivers. And say what you will about Long Beach, one of the easiest tracks to save fuel at, Jim, because it's so slow in terms of how much the average pace around corners through here. And just how easy it is to just carry speed through them as well.
So I think Biggert has lost additional positions since he spun.
Well, he would have, because this car's probably got a little bit of
I wonder if he cooked his
a little bit of pressure on it.
I wonder if he cooked his tires, though. I mean, because he didn't hit anything.
He might have.
So he shouldn't have any damage. But, I'm pretty sure that he's lost another spot or two. I can't be 100% on that. Well, yeah, I can. Give me a second. You talk to everybody. I'm going to look up something real quick.
Well, I don't think he's been through pit lane.
He hasn't.
I'm fairly certain that he has hurt his tyres even more at this point.
Yeah,
and right now he's struggling to pace. He's lost to Caffrey and to Anderson.
And Gallant also all passed him after he crashed.
Yeah, but Gallant's been in pit lane.
Well, he just pitted. Yeah, he just pitted on this lap. So.
And Stephen Smith's in now as well. So Smith's in the pit lane. Delgado's gone another lap.
So, yeah, he must have torched his tires there a little bit. And, of course, Nathan going that extra lap like he always does. That's like his...
Well, Anderson's in too. Delgado's kept going. So is Michael Caffrey at this stage as well. And, again, we speak about the slow pit lane here and just how painfully slow it is.
Yes. That's
long.
The one thing about this place it's horrible. The pit road is the longest.
I know
ever.
the speed. I know the speed in kph. It's 40 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Which is very, very slow. The pit lane speed here is the same at Shell V-Power Motorsports Park at the Bend. So it's very, very slow, but it's very, very long. So you lose a heap of time in pit lane under green flag conditions. It's normally around about a 40 to 45 second loss in pit lane here, which is one of the longest on the entire iRacing calendar in terms of tracks available to you. Under pace car, it's a bit less of a loss because of obviously how much slower drivers are going. But yeah,
So
it is painfully
they
slow.
didn't pit again.
No, they've kept going.
Wow. Yeah, let's see what he does.
I think, but I think going long is not necessarily a bad choice here
I
because
don't think it is either. But he pitted. But I think his tires were fried. I think he tore up his tires when he spun.
So I think the problem is, so for drivers who are trying to go for a undercut strategy tonight, the undercut doesn't really work because it's less than a minute 30 lap time, and how easily you can find traffic.
Is he taking tires?
He
is not
I
taking
wouldn't
tires.
think he would. No, he would only take fuel because if he took tires, it would kill his race.
Well,
they're probably just overheated, which they're using this opportunity now just to cool down.
I mean, yeah, I would have probably thought he would have taken tires, but let's see. So, how long was he in there for? 18.
Was 18.4.
That's a short.
So,
that's a quick.
Well, he saves fuel though. He's got an extra lap as Delgado's in the pit lane now as well.
Let's see what
so Delgado in.
Let's just take a look at that.
So we'll keep a close-knit eye on this.
Oh, somebody's blowed up.
Oh, well, yep, they have indeed. Who was that in pit lane?
27?
Oh, yeah, it was the 27.
Who's that? Oh, Harrison Holiday.
Yep. Also, Nathan Biggett's back in pit lane. He's had a crash at turn 1.
No.
He's just towed back to pit lane. Yep, he's right there, right behind Delgado.
What happened here? I missed it.
Oh, look at that.
I missed it. Hold on.
So there was already a car spun round.
Yeah, I think that was Harrison Holiday. Ugh.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Yeah. Oh boy, that's talking about bad luck, huh? Oh.
Oh my God.
Where is that?
It's actually even worse.
Where was that?
That's at turn 1.
Was it?
Just before the fountain. Yeah. So actually, if we just go back to let's go back to Biggett coming out of pit lane, and we'll just skip ahead a few cars, and we'll see if we can pick this apart here of who it is involved in this incident.
Biggett coming out of pit road is like it's a mile back here.
So then let's skip ahead a few cars. So because I would say this is already happening. No, it's about to happen. Look at that. It's Stephen Smith. It's Stephen Smith, the Pro-Am leader. Yep. It is. It's Stephen Smith, the Pro-Am leader. The BMW as well of Daniel Schmall and then Harrison Holiday.
Wow. Okay, so
this has now completely flipped the race on its head because Michael Caffrey is now the race leader of the Pro-Am class. David Gallant is P2. Kurt Basler is in P3. Fulker and Anderson are now the rest of the podium for the Pro class as well. And then for the AMs, it's currently Jed Cotterman, Jacob Cotterman, and Jody Nelson, that current podium as well.
That is a giant flip in this race right there.
Yep. This is basically handed it to Delgado. He could cruise around here doing 1 minute 21s, and he would be fine.
Yeah, probably. That's not probably inaccurate. He's got a 20-second lead over second place.
Yeah, he does not need to push, and even to lose the pro lead is 24 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true, yeah.
he can give up 2 spots and he's still fine.
Michael Caffrey now has got not that big of a lead. Actually, Gallant is right there, so that's still a battle.
That one's on. Yeah, that's on for young and old.
Definitely on there for sure. Obviously, Pro is, there's still plenty of great battles in the Pro class. Like Bach and Michael Anderson here.
This can still flip on its head because if that can happen to Biggett coming out of pit lane, then it can happen to anyone.
I mean, that's a prime example of Long Beach. There's just nowhere to go. You're blind around a lot of these corners because of these high walls.
If you're going to have a crash here, you want it to be on lap 1.
Right.
Because if there's no fast repair, well, at least you didn't commit to, half an hour of a race. If there is a fast repair, well, you're getting your bad luck out early.
Let's see.
And you got time to... Oh, my God, look at the turning angle of Cole Malley. He needs to turn that steering rack down. He has got way too much steering angle on that car.
We told him that last year. You remember?
I know.
We told him that last year.
I do. He needs to turn his steering angle down.
At us. Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably not.
But
that was probably too quick of a reaction. But, yeah, that steering, that is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I run mine so tight that it would drive most people nuts because I don't like to move the wheel a lot. So, but that being said, I probably would not have a 25-second lead in this GT4 class like he does. So there's that. But
it's very true.
But
the fact, though, that he's only 37 seconds off a GT3 car in James Leneven says something as well.
Yeah, but Leneven has been he pitted on lap 2, so that means he was in the pits for 2 minutes. So I mean, it's probably
we're still waiting for Cole's pit stops. Same with Matt Lass, who's in P2 in that class as well.
So how far is third place in that back? Let's see. They are a minute 40 seconds back, so they're still pretty far back, even when he pits. Which Cole probably should be pitting pretty soon, I would think, maybe even this lap.
I would assume so. Nathan Biggett is now out of the session, by the way, and he's out of this race, so the championship leader is gone.
Yeah, and I think
that's going to hand the lead of the title race to Delgado.
Probably going to be in the same spot, to be honest with you.
I would argue that is correct. As
see Michael Caffrey going by Cole there.
Well, Caffrey would make it the second Australian race win in a row in this series, Jim, for this season.
Right. Yeah.
With with his countrymate in...
Where is he at?
He's not here tonight.
Oh.
Only the Caffreys are here from Australia. So it's, Pro-Am class is becoming Australian class at this point.
I mean, that is somewhat true. So these guys, what time is it there? And of course, they could be in a different part of Australia, but what time is it currently where you're at?
About to be 2 p.m.
Okay. So this is an afternoon race for these guys.
Yeah.
I like it. I like afternoon races myself, actually.
Mid-morning, afternoon, something like that.
So, like, in Australia, I know it's a big country. So, like, what is the variance in time, like from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Okay, so right now during daylight savings time, hope you're ready for this, Jim. Tasmania, Victoria, and New South Wales are on Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, which we are ahead of everybody in Australia. So it's 2 p.m. at the moment. Queensland stays on Australian Eastern Standard Time, so they're on.
Pit, by the way. Go ahead.
He is in pit. So Queensland, who's also on the East Coast, they don't go to daylight savings time. They stay on Australian Eastern Standard Time. So they're at 1 p.m. at the moment. South Australia is an hour and a half behind Victoria, so they're currently 12:30 p.m. In the afternoon. Northern Territory, I think, is an hour and 45 minutes behind Victoria.
I think everybody that ever enjoyed Crocodile Dundee, which turned us all onto Australia in a big way, I think would love to hear you say in your accent again, the Northern Territory.
The Northern Territory.
Yeah, because he said that a lot in the movie. Sorry.
Yeah. And then Western Australia is 3 hours behind Victoria, so they are currently 11 a.m.
Okay, and so arguably the next most famous. Somebody got in the wall there trying to get out of the way.
I did indeed. I would argue more famous than Crocodile Dundee is
probably.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, that's probably true, yes. And I was going to say, so what part of the country was
He lived in Queensland.
Okay.
Australia Zoo is in the suburbs of Brisbane in Queensland. Oh, they did too.
I tell you what, his son is stepping right into that role.
Robert's great. I love Robert Owen.
Yeah, he
Great,
is great.
great guy. Seems really down to earth, and he's living up to his dad's legacy in full, which is great.
And, well, his daughter was Bindi. She was doing some good things there for a while too. I haven't heard much out of her lately though, but
Yeah, I don't know the way that Bindi presents, it seems fake
yeah, you think
to me. To me, it does.
But
I may be wrong, and I'd happily be, corrected in being wrong.
Right.
I just find that Robert seems a lot more genuine in the way that he presents and everything.
I mean,
but Bindi's been through a lot in her life, so
he clearly loves what he's doing. He got that from his dad. It's in his blood, and it's not just a matter of doing what your dad did. He clearly loves it. So I wonder what that flash was for. That was interesting.
I don't know. Maybe he's just saying hello.
Okay.
Maybe he's saying g'day, as we say here in Australia.
There you go. Maybe he's asking for go ahead and say it.
What, prawn on the barbecue?
That's not what they say. Say it right.
We don't say shrimp, Jim. We call them prawns.
Well, say it the way Crocodile Dundee said it.
A shrimp on the barbie.
That's right. Thank you.
A shiver just went down my spine saying that. Out of disgust.
That's awesome.
My ancestors.
Hey, you've got to give respect to Paul Hogan. He did a great job of representing.
Not really.
He did. He brought a lot of positive attention to Australia.
He brought a lot of positive attention, but Paul Hogan was also a dirtbag as well. So, no, thank you.
Don't tell us that. We don't want to hear that. We don't care about that part. We want to like him because he's Australian.
Paul Hogan.
Look at that.
Paul Hogan shares a name.
Right. Whose car is that?
Paul Hogan. That there is Cole Malley.
No, the one in front of him.
Oh, the one in front of him.
Look at that car with those gorgeous purple wheels.
Jody Nelson. It is Jody Nelson.
Is it?
At this stage, yep.
There it is. That is a good-looking car right there.
It's a great-looking car.
And you
for
and
Jody Nelson, that's a beautiful Porsche.
Both fans of liveries, so
We are indeed. I'm also a fan of Porsche. It's good news to hear that the Porsches were strong leading into Daytona this weekend. Let's go, 2 years in a row.
I think that they're going to be strong. I think across the whole season, I got a feeling that since
Matt Campbell his win, please give Matt Campbell the Daytona win.
Wow. I mean, IMSA, they still got factory support, but the factory support is not there, so they won't have the presence in WEC this year.
That's fine.
I just find it interesting that Porsche, but the way they did it, they're like, oh, we're gonna basically sit out a year. That's kind of what they said.
Because they're waiting for the new regulations on the hypercar.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So does McLaren have the new regulations? No.
I think so.
Oh, they do?
Maybe.
Because, they're developing a car for 2027.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for. I think they waited for 2027 for the new regulations.
Interesting.
Let me look it up. I'll find out.
There you go. So yes, as we are about to embark on the sports car racing season, which is going to be good fun this year. For those of you that don't know, I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, the WEC stuff will be on HBO in the United States. It has been for the past couple of seasons. I believe it will. And IMSA, I believe, is on Peacock in the United States and also available on the IMSA YouTube channel. So get out there and enjoy some sports car racing.
Love John Hindorf. Love hearing that man's vocal tones call Imsta Racing. It's a great time. So the AI overview of Google is saying 2027 hypercar regulations for the FIA World Endurance Championship WEC and IMSA's GTP class focus on stability, cost control, and convergence, with the existing LMH/LMDH rule set extended till 2032, allowing both in-house development LMH and spec chassis LMDH hybrid hypercars to compete, plus new entries like Ford and McLaren joining, and potential customer teams with bronze drivers in Asian Le Mans series. Key features remain the unified platform hybrid systems and focus on road relevance, with future talks around hydrogen integration and potential budget caps continuing. So, extended homologation will run until 2032. I never understood though why they allow both in-house chassis hybrid systems and then spec chassis with Bosch ERS. Why they allow both? Surely they should have one or the other.
I don't know. Maybe cost effectiveness for teams that can't develop their own. Ooh,
maybe.
Anderson just bounced off the wall there a little bit.
I actually think, Jim, they should go the way of spec chassis in terms of spec like hybrid systems, with using the ERS system that's obviously been developed through Formula One, and then as well into the LMDH class of WEC as well. I think using that ERS system not only will then allow you to bring more drivers in with less of a learning curve, i.e. former Formula One drivers.
The argument there would be, this is not going to go well.
Nope, it will not. Be careful.
There it is.
And it didn't. There goes Jed. Jed's just been spun round.
Was it?
Jed Cotterman, race leader of the GT3 AM class, is now missing his front end on that Mercedes after being spun round at the hairpin.
He's not happy.
How much gap has he got to Jacob? It's 12 seconds. Back to Jacob.
Yep, his son's gonna be doing the boogie dance on him again.
Well, the gap is shrinking. It's now down to 11.3 seconds.
We got what, 10 minutes left? Let's see.
10 minutes left. He's only got to go faster than him by a second a lap.
Yeah, that's true.
And get him.
All right, so let me see where. Crash. So who did he?
Who did he pass?
Well, I was trying to see where all that was, but let me just see.
He passed Brett Thurman.
Here we go. So his front end looks like it was all.
It was already. It was no. It wasn't hurt yet.
No,
so he comes
I think
off
it's
the
just
corner.
a paint job that looks like his front end. I think
no,
it's
it didn't look like that before.
Yeah, it
I
did.
genuinely
Watch.
keep missing it.
Watch going into this accident. It looks the same.
No, I'm saying earlier in the race it didn't.
Oh, well, maybe not.
So I think it's actually been pushed in. Oh, someone's taking a photo of the cameraman. Very nice. Very good. So that time looks to be shrinking. It's 11.3 seconds. Now down to, it's roughly 11 seconds. Still back to Jacob. Can he hold on for the last 9 minutes of this race? Or can the man that looks like a broken off tree branch, Jacob Cotterman, chase him down? As a man that needs some meat.
So we're gonna nickname him. You ready? Jacob Twig Cotterman.
Yep, Twig Cotterman.
Twig Cotterman.
He's even got leaves on his car, Jim. He's got green on his car.
He does. Actually, black, white, and green is one of my all-time favorite color combos on a car. It goes back. I don't know why, but I do know why, but I love it. It could be just different variants of that shade is fine. There we go. Good look at Crosby there from the side view.
You know what I'm surprised at, Jim, with 8 minutes left in this race? I'm surprised that not more teams or drivers make peach-colored liveries.
Peach color?
Yep.
I mean, I'm a big fan. I'm Southern, so we like peach things around here, but
yeah,
I don't often think of a peach livery, if I'm being honest. These two have had a hell of a battle all race.
They've had a great battle. It's been going on this whole race.
Yeah, all race.
Justin Bock and Michael Anderson battling for P2 in class, P4 overall.
Yep.
It's the battle of the Acuras.
It is, which I love.
Survival,
I love the fact that we've got some Acuras in this field.
The survival of VTEC.
We need an
at
Audi.
This stage.
We need an Audi.
We need an Audi
because they can race here, and we've got one. Looks like we've got one Lamborghini in the field. Well, he's out, I think, but
he's out of this race at the moment, which is Tyler Merritt.
Yep. So, I like that, but I am glad to see some Acuras. We got several of them actually. Steven Smith, who
we have a fairly decent spread of car types. It must be said. Got a couple of Ferraris, a couple of McLarens.
Yes, much
some
better than it
Mercs
used
out there,
to be.
some Beamers. Oh yeah, for sure. It used to be the Mustang Challenge.
We do not have a lot of Corvettes.
I know. We only have 2.
Yeah, Chet Miller.
We need more Corvettes.
And Chet Miller. Where is Chet Miller?
Yeah, get us some more Audis out there, please. I think Chet had a crash. He's out of the race.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Unfortunately, but Ricardo Delgado is controlling the field at the moment as the race leader.
He is definitely doing the whole
he is with only 6 minutes and 15 seconds roughly to go in this race, and there are a couple more laps.
Yeah, he's plus 36 seconds. Is that right?
26.9 seconds over Mark McCaffrey, who's P2 overall.
Yes, but he's 36 seconds ahead in his class.
36.5 seconds. Yeah. Yep, 36.5 seconds in his class over P2 at the moment. So for Ricardo Delgado, he is in prime position. Take home maximum points for the pro class tonight. He'll gain and then maintain the lead of the championship into Mexico City next week at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is bound to be a bunch of fun with the multi-class action. To track the really 3 different types. You've got high-speed section first of all, then you've got medium-speed sweepers in the second section, then you've got tight stadium section to end it all out. It's a real great combination of racing circuit, which brings you a whole bunch of fantastic racing. It's really, really good. I think the national variant is the better version. I just think the sweeper at the national circuit's better than having the kind of switchback section at the where it would be turn 4, 5, 6. I think just having turn 4 as the sweeper is much better, but that's my opinion. But I mean, first half of the season looks an absolute cracker still to come. Of course, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez next week, Road America, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache at Interlagos for the 90-minute mid-season race on February 18th. That is going to be a grand old time.
Oh, yeah. I honestly have never broadcasted a race from Interlagos that wasn't fun. And if you remember, the last time we were there, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it raining? And I know Biggert spun raining like twice in that race.
Yep. It was raining heavily.
I was sick as a dog. Raining. I remember I had COVID at the time, and I remember commentator cursing Biggert. I put the camera on him and said something about him, and he spun like on cue. I literally said something about him spinning in the previous race, and literally as I said it, he spun on cue. Anderson is all over the back of traffic is caught Bach. Look at this.
Second half of the season as well. February 25th, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve to Watkins Glen at the start of March. Yeah, it's Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That's what it is.
Okay.
Watkins Glen International, VIR Virginia International Raceway.
I know you're not a fan.
Not that big of a fan. Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta as well. As the cars go around at the final corner. It's John Swan, by the way, here in the dying embers of this race. So he's just gone around in that Ferrari. Front end is completely cooked. He has indeed. He has completely cooked that car, and he's still pushing on. He should have come into pit lane. That car's not going to make it around another lap.
That is
Daytona International Speedway, March 25th, by the way, 11th round. Then we end all it out. 90-minute race, April 1st. Sebring International Raceway at the end of the season to finish it all out. Great time. Oh yeah,
that's going to be it.
That is going to be a
tore
time.
That thing up. He just backed it into the fence and tore the rear end off of it too. Oh yeah, he's going to wreck. He's going to wreck 2 or 3 times on this lap. That's my prediction.
He's trying to nurse it around. but how much are you willing to give up? And he's got 1 minute and 20 seconds back to James Lenevan. I suppose he could nurse it for the final 2.5 minutes of this race, and he wouldn't really give up much positioning. No.
He was cooking through there, man. I can't believe he kept the car on the road right there.
He is tiptoeing his way back to.
He's moving for no front end and no wing.
He's gonna have to do at least 2 more laps because the race lead is about to start. His next lap here, he's stuck behind some lap traffic of Scott Petrone, who's without a front end as well on his Mustang. 2 laps to go here at Long Beach. 2 minutes to go on the clock as well.
All right.
And for Ricardo Delgado,
I have
36.8 seconds is the gap.
That old smoky whiskey livery he's got on that car looked a lot better than it does now. But it's a great looking livery. But you know, we're both big livery guys. So, but what is happening here, folks?
Well, Derek Fulker
did he just
battling away for P6 overall. He's got 15.5 seconds up to Michael Anderson. He's just got past Kurt Basler, who's on the back of the Pro-Am podium at this stage. Jed Cotterman, up 4 inside of the top 10, is not being caught by his son Jacob. In fact, Jacob's actually lost time to him at this point. So that's looking pretty good for Jed. He has indeed.
I don't think Jed had. I think that has a lot to do with the paint scheme, the way that front end looks.
It looks fine earlier on. There's no front end on it.
Yeah, you're right.
You can see the inside of the front end of the car.
Yeah, well, that's just the grill.
No, it's not just the grill. There's no front end on it.
He's got the wing on the bottom.
Yeah, no, the split is still there, but the rest of the front end is not there.
Let me see. Let me go find it. And it shows me the back. Oh. Yeah.
Well, that's a GT4, so
that's probably not a good example, is it?
That's not going to help you on that one there, Jim.
It's not. Let's go look at Caffrey's car. Okay. All right. Anyway, you're right. As always, I'm wrong. I thought the black was concealing it. No, it's clearly missing. You're right. Well, it's not slowing him down any, so Jacob won't be happy about that. How far is Jacob behind him? 24 seconds now.
Yeah. He's dropping time. And he's dropping pace for Twig Cotterman in behind him. Here you go, Jim. I got a better photo for you to show off truly how poorly it is missing on my end.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I thought I'd share that with you.
Yes.
Race, though, is finished up
spun.
as Delgado. By the way, we've completely missed it. Delgado has taken his race win.
What? Oh.
Caffrey takes the win for the Pro-Am class. We're too busy discussing the front end on Jed's car.
Yeah, well, and Twig spinning.
Yeah. Michael Caffrey is about to take home a great Pro-Am win tonight ahead of David Gallant, and Jed Cotterman will look to take home the race win for the AM class as well, as Caffrey will come up towards the line. He'll take home P1 for the Pro-Ams. Gallant will finish in P2. Justin Bock will come home in P2 for the Pro class. Anderson will come home in P3 in a great battle between them. Fulker in P4 for the Pros. And Jed Cotterman, no front end on it, will wrestle that thing home again into P1 on the road for the amateur class. And when you're finishing, Jim, let's do the maths here. When you're finishing 1 minute and 1 second ahead of P3 in your class.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, that's pretty much dominating.
It is dominating. 1 minute and 1 second over P3 in your class. 26.5 seconds to P2 in your class as well.
Yeah.
It's pure dominance for Jed Cotterman in the amateurs.
Yeah. But
Justin Bock,
same
great
thing
race
could be
as well.
said for Delgado in the Pros, though.
Oh, yeah. Great race for Delgado. Kept it clean when he needed to.
The only
kept his car
Caffrey
in the
and
position that it
Gallant
needs to be
were
as well.
relatively close. I mean, 2.5 seconds separated them. We got several black flags there. I guess
Post-race black flags for
that's not
either
good.
not serving slowdowns or getting incident points post-race as well. So there's a couple of changes that'll happen at the back end of town
All right.
in terms of cars that'll drop positions
So
all throughout as
let's
well.
take a look at the overall race results here. So I've got something that even you haven't seen yet.
Oh,
Yes, new race results.
well, our race results here this evening are Ricardo Delgado to Michael Caffrey and David Gallant for the overall top 3. Of course, it is the Pro-Am winner going to Michael Caffrey tonight as well. David Gallant was on that podium. Justin Bock, Michael Anderson on the Pro podium this evening. Jed Cotterman wins it out for the GT3 AMs ahead of Jacob Cotterman as well within that classification. And then it was Jody Nelson on the amateur podium tonight in P3 at the end of it. This plugin is brilliant. I need to find this plugin.
I can do this
I want
for you
this.
as well. This is the
GT4s.
There you go.
Oh, fantastic, Jim. Cole Malley ahead of Matt Lass and Brian Lavrisa were the top 3 in the end for that one. So it's a great effort from those guys. The top 4, by the way, were all on the lead lap still. So that's great to see.
That is good
for
to
those
see.
GT4s.
Not easy to do.
No, it's not, especially here at Long Beach.
Right.
So
the way this plug-in works, you can go through each class. So we have that, right?
I need this plug-in, Jim, in my life.
I know,
I need it.
And you know where it comes from. You talked to the guy the other night. So, but that's our overall, and it also you can change. You see how I've got class in between them there. We can look at their incidents. You know, we can look at the amount of laps that they led if we want to look at that. We can look at multi-car team if we want to see where they, what position they started in, what car type they run, all that stuff. Lap times, everything. So really, really cool, actually. So, and obviously I have this one themed for this league, which is red, black, and white, but you could do all these other like cool themes as well that's already built in. So yeah, more new technology we're getting here. Just trying to bring a better class of racing and broadcasting to one of the very best GT leagues on iRacing. So that's what we're here doing.
Well, let's have a chat to Cole Malley. Jacob's gone in the interview room. Sorry, Jacob, you don't get one. You didn't win your class tonight, sunshine.
That's right. You didn't run your dad down when he had no front end on his car.
Nope. So we're going to have a quick chat to Cole Malley, our GT4 winner here this evening. Cole, welcome in. Congratulations. P1 on the road for the GT4 class. You extend your championship lead tonight. You looked like you were ready to hop out the car, go grab a mojito and smoke a cigar on the beach side after this one. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I figured, I don't know if you could see the camera, but I had my fencing gear, but I figured I'd be more of a danger on the road, so I had to just change into my beach gear and call it good for Long Beach.
Yeah, I didn't give away what you were wearing just in hopes that, maybe it would surface at some other point in time. But since you did give it away, we'll, I should have you put it on now. We'll pull a picture and pull your camera up, but.
Do you want me to do that? I can do it.
Yeah, stick it on real quick.
All right.
Oh my goodness, you can't make this stuff up, folks. What in the world is he wearing on this? He's got like, what does he got like?
He's got a shag carpet on his seat.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do. It's a comfy blanket, isn't it?
Look at this.
All right.
Look at this mess here, would you?
1 second, I got to take this up.
I must say, Cole looks like a man that does fencing as a hobby.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? The professor, the banker, of course the financier.
You cannot tell me that this man did not go to a.
He went to a highborn school. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a very, very prestigious university. This man definitely went to.
Oh yes, indubitably.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
Exactly.
This
I'm
man
surprised you're not holding a snifter of brandy.
This man lives for chess tournaments.
Oh
Jim.
Lord, he's going to get a snifter.
No,
of brandy.
no. Oh. No, we got
Oh, he's got.
We got this thing.
Yeah, but that's
got
not a
his
fencing
saber.
sword, though.
That's
True,
Jim.
true.
That is
Jim.
a
Jim.
claymore. That is a two-handed claymore.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim,
I know my
Jim,
swords.
I'm going to
yes.
correct you on this. I'm going to correct you. No, you don't, because you just said a fencing sword. Fencers do not use swords; they use sabers.
Oh, no, well, it's actually they use rapiers, but if we're being technical, because I did fence, and that sword he has behind him is a Scottish claymore. Am I correct?
It is a claymore.
It is a German longsword.
Oh, looks very much
well,
like
to be
a
fair,
Scottish claymore.
To be fair, claymores are long swords as well. But
Yes, but
that is
anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so now back to the racing. Now that we did all the goofy
Yes.
stuff.
So.
Feel free. Hamish.
well, Cole, a great race tonight. Once again, I was being told off then that if we continue like this, we're going to get autistically corrected by somebody who loves swords. Apparently.
Oh.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, a good race for you, Cole. Obviously, this track demands patience from drivers. Demands a little bit of toing and froing between drivers as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you had that in spades this evening, obviously, and you've come out with a race win. Now, Mexico City next week, I think, is going to demand a little bit of the same, but obviously it's a much wider track.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you're able to take out of this week and obviously 2 weeks ago at Laguna Seca that you can now apply to Mexico City next time out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that these two tracks in particular were a great. I'm not going to say they were easy because they were very difficult, but they were phenomenal learning opportunities to figure out what kind of safe driving I needed to employ to make sure that the GT3s got by and that I kept my pace up. Because I think that was going to be the tricky thing, was that it wasn't a game of fast laps. It was a game of safe driving and consistency.
Consistency wins championships, and it's a thing that can also win you races as well. And this track in particular is one that demands consistency, and you've got to provide it, at every possible opportunity that you can. And I think Mexico is going to be a similar feature as well in terms of that consistency factor. I think Road America is very similar in that fact as well, and I think India is too. So I think these first 5 races are consistency heavy, patience heavy, but also knowing where you can run fast and knowing where you can give up some time to allow cars past you, obviously being in the slower class. The flip side of that is where you can give up time to get past cars if you're in the higher class as well. But no, Cole, congratulations. Fantastic race win once again. Extend your lead. You're 2-0 at this point. We'll see if you can go 3-0 next time out in Mexico. But is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
I want to say thanks to everyone in the GT4 category, or the league. I will say that drives GT4. We had a great time in the voice channels. Look forward to having that again. And then thanks to Jed for putting this on. Thank you to both of you for commentating and broadcasting. I look forward to watching it. And then of course, as always, thanks to my wife for letting me take part in this. That's all.
Smart man. What do you think he's got in that coffee mug? You think that's tea? He's probably got a cup of tea.
That is definitely coffee with a shot of
no, absolutely
brandy
not.
or liqueur in there for sure.
No, definitely not. It's not coffee with a shot. No. What you got in the mug?
I don't know if I should tell you guys.
Well, yeah, it's tea, isn't it?
It is tea. It is tea. It is a German white chocolate tea.
A white chocolate tea. That's basically just a hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's true.
I did. Specifics there.
That's awesome. All right, buddy. We appreciate it. As always, we love talking to you, and great job so far this season. You are really finding your rhythm so far this season.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
All right, buddy.
You too. Jim, technically anything that's steeped in hot water could be classified as tea.
That's irrelevant at this point, but I was right. Anyway.
Coffee could be considered a tea.
It could. So, pull who we got next?
We have Jed, our GT3 Pro Am. Oh no, sorry, Am winner this evening in
That's
Jed.
right, Am winner. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Jed, before we say anything about your race, welcome to the winners' circle of Raw Before the 24 winners.
Thank you.
I don't believe you've won a Raw Before the 24, have you, Jim?
I have not. No.
No,
I haven't
no.
won. I haven't won anything special.
Oh, that's just a different kind of skill level.
I mean,
kind of thing.
other than that coloring contest in my special ed class in high school, but that's different. You know,
No, it's ironic that you call Big Jim when you were on the short bus to school, but
that's
you know.
well, you know, the football helmet came in handy because I could wear it on the bus too and bang my head against the window. But I better stop before.
Did that keep you from licking the windows,
It
Jim?
did.
Or what?
Well, my mom did that so that I wouldn't lick the windows because you know how kids are. They
Mouth
carry so
guard.
many germs and stuff. Um, all right. Well, we got to make this interview quick, Jed, because otherwise it's going to cost you more money. So you better
All right, let's go.
say your piece quickly.
I hope it was a good race to watch. There was a couple times on the radio I had to intervene, we should say, but overall, I think it was a lot better than I had anticipated, to be honest, with 44
I would
cars
agree
on the
with
track. So, I knew the hairpin in turn one was going to cause some issues. It is what it is. I mean, that's just part of the track.
So in hindsight, as the league director, in hindsight, would you rethink putting these two tracks at the very beginning of the season?
100%. 100%.
Okay. Well, at least we know we're learning here. We're growing.
Yeah. These first two tracks.
Yeah, they probably weren't the wisest
gonna,
choice in hindsight. But.
Yeah, but I guess that the pro would be it's going to weed some people out, which we've already lost a couple, so whatever, bygones. And we got to learn to all play in the sandbox, and we got to if these first two races
you definitely threw them in the sandbox. So
yeah, so I mean, after these first two races, if you haven't learned a little patience, then I don't know what it's going to take, but it is.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I mean, your take on it is correct, but like I said, in hindsight, probably a different starting direction. But again, you live and learn, and sometimes you just got to feel these things out. But so I'm sure Hamish probably has a question for you, like a real legitimate racing question.
All right, what's up?
Maybe he doesn't. Anyway, I don't know. Did we lose him? We might have lost him.
I'm here. Sorry, I had someone talking
is.
at me through the window. Sorry.
Anyway, I guess the obvious question is, you got into that incident, but it looked like your front end was already torn off the car prior to that incident at the hairpin. Did you have another incident that we missed?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where I lost my front end, to be honest.
Let's see. We'll go.
I got to go back and watch the replay.
We'll go later here in the race and see if.
The only thing I could think of would be lap one at the.
Well, no, because it was on there.
It
was on there in the replay that I was just showing, and that was. But the replay I'm showing now is later in the race, like on lap 40-something, 46, I think, and that was right where the car spun right in front of you coming through the hairpin, but you avoided that. But your front end was gone by that point, so it was gone by the time you got into that incident at the hairpin where you actually made contact and got spun sideways. It was gone before that. So
with Thurman, I don't know, Jim. To be honest, unless it was, I did have some minor wall contacts.
Yeah, could have been even a net
so
code
I don't.
Who knows? But because we just all of a sudden we noticed your front end was gone when you had that incident, but then we realized it didn't come off then. So. Didn't seem to slow you down any. Even after you had that incident, Jacob couldn't catch you. So if he's listening, I'll repeat that. Jacob couldn't catch you.
That's right. Well, he's over my shoulder telling me he's still the GOAT and he's the faster
is
one.
He?
Blah,
well,
blah,
not
blah.
tonight. He wasn't.
No, hell, we know.
I love this family dynamic. It's great.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
All right, buddy.
What I was thinking.
Well, congratulations again. Another nice win for a guy who's misclassed.
I know. I was waiting for it. I am moving up. I'm telling you right now, publicly, I am moving up. I'm dragging Jacob with
3 or 4 seasons later. What?
No,
2028.
next season.
You waiting on new
Season
regulations?
2.
What's the deal?
Season 2 GT Ultimate Challenge. The Cottermans will be Pro-Am drivers. You heard it first, right here on Motormouth Broadcasting.
I think it should be round 3 of season 1.
That's what I'm saying. But we'll let them enjoy this one.
I know.
We're gonna let them enjoy this championship, and then
That's right.
then you'll be up there.
Another car.
Then you'll be up there racing with Caffrey and Gallant and.
Dude, I can't catch those guys, man.
And Caffrey
they're incredible, but it gives me something to look for.
What's the other dude from Australia's name? I can't think of his name right now.
Steiner.
David Steiner. Yeah. So, but anyway, we love it. Great race. Glad to have you guys back. We missed a couple of weeks. That was a long couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was a long time off for sure.
Yeah. So good to be back, and we'll see you. Well, we'll see you Friday at the. For those of you that don't know, we on Friday nights we do the sports car challenge. Bite Point Sports Car Challenge on Friday nights here, which is GT3s and LMP2s, and it was a very spirited first outing at Laguna Seca, and they're going to be right here at Long Beach as well. So, going to be quite interesting. Very excited to see that. So we'll see you Friday night, and then we'll see you back here next week. And as we go to where are we going?
We're going to Oklahoma Hermanos with you guys next week. I've also had a question in my DMs, Jim.
Yes.
Do you think if our good friend Jack Anderson should raw dog this series as a pro-am?
I would love to see Jack in this series. No kidding. He's a great road racer. I've seen him only in NASCAR vehicles racing on the road circuits, but I know he can race. I would love to see him come in and bring the raw dog attitude over here. I think they could use some raw dog in here. I think
they should do.
Have him shoot me a message.
He's a good guy. He's Australian too, so he's quite funny. He runs funny liveries and stuff. He's a good guy. He'd be a great addition to the series. Plus, he's a good driver. So all around, cool. Yeah, he'd be a good one.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you guys as always. Looking forward to going back to it. And Jacob and I will not be at the Friday race. We will be in Daytona for the 24th.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Well, I hate you even more now. So
I'll be watching the coverage of the 24-hour across the weekend.
Yep.
So.
Hey, if you guys look, turn 6, there's going to be a green pop-up tent 10 feet in the air. That's me right there. I'll wave.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
All right, we'll be looking for you.
And it's got a green LED ring around it too. You can't miss it. It shows up on all the streams. So, turn 6, right before they make that left to go up onto the high bank. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. We'll be looking out for you. Either that or I might show up. Who knows?
Yeah, come on.
All right, man.
Yeah, we'll be back next week when Mexico.
Yep. See you then.
Yep. See you, bub.
All right. Well, I see the only person we have in interview is
Justin, who did not win his class.
He did not, but pull him in real quick, just for the second. We'll give him a quick shot. He's been waiting in there. And Justin, Jim Cunningham, how you doing?
Well, hello. How's it going?
Well, we just decided to pull you in for a quick second. Even though
okay, cool.
We know you didn't win the class tonight, but you did have you and Anderson had a hell of a battle all night long.
Oh, yeah, we've been battling all since we both decided to go into the Acuras. We've been having a battle. Yeah, the whole time. Even just like on Garage 61, just when we've been testing on tracks, it's been like I'll go up a 10th, he'll go up a 10th. But yeah, holding him off at the end was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in the sim. So
yeah, he, and both of you had a couple of incidents where you scraped the wall a little here, a little there, and it, opened and closed the gaps up between you. But you both were driving really hard, and we enjoyed. You'll see, we focused a lot on your battle tonight because it was one of the better battles up at the front of the field. So you got some decent camera time, and I do not believe that I commentator cursed you tonight for the first time ever. I did put Bigot out of the race for you though, so you can thank me for that.
Yeah.
No, I put the camera right on him, started talking about him, and bam, there he goes.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to watch it back. You guys do a really good job. My parents always enjoy watching it too. So,
well, we have fun. We enjoy the guys here, and the racing, so it makes it a lot more fun, and we enjoy the cars as well. Wow, I did not see that with the replay that I'm showing currently right now. If you're still watching the stream, where Anderson just tagged the wall, man. Late
yeah,
in the race too.
Yeah, where he hit the inside. I think it's turn 8.
Yeah, that's
he hit
probably
the
right.
inside of turn 8, and then smacked the outside of the same turn. I saw that in my mirror, and I was just like, oh man. But the problem is I underfueled at the stop to get a jump, and so I was having to save fuel. So I was lifting at pit exit into turn 1. Before the 500 board.
Right.
And also I hit that same inside corner on turn 8 at one point, and I had bent steering for my whole second stint.
Oh wow. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're riding with you down the straightaway right now, and your wheel is definitely cocked over to the side.
Yeah. It was like that for so long. So yeah, it was a tough track. Somehow I 0x'd it, but I still got wheel damage. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, that was one of the toughest races I've had to do.
Did you 0x
especially
that?
fighting him off? Yeah. I had no incidents.
Wow, you sure didn't. That is crazy. All right. Well, we just wanted to pull you in and say hello real quick since you were sitting there in the thing. You were probably just in there chatting, but what the heck. Since the leader wasn't here, we'll give you a little time there. But we appreciate you, man, and we'll see you. You race in the Friday series, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so we'll see you Friday and next week here in Mexico. So, all right, buddy.
Mexico.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. All right. Let's say goodnight, Hamish.
Good night, Hamish.
There you go.
One of my favorite jokes. It's a great joke. It's a great time. But no, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's race. Obviously, it was a little bit more laid back in the presentation style because, of course, Long Beach, it's a laid back town. It's a laid back city and it's a laid back area of racing. What's not laid back, though, is the intensity you get on the road whenever you go racing here. And it's not going to be the same. It's going to be very similar next time out when we head out to Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for round 3 of this season as well. The Ultimate GT Championship brought to you by Full Throttle Nation. A big shout out as well to all of our series sponsors too, namely the naming rights sponsor, the Roasted Record down in Florida. Go get yourself a brew and get yourself a record. You can get some tunes and brews just in one place down there at the Roasted Record. They also help support the streams as well, to DRE Digital Race Engineer and Track Cams by Gourmet as well. So big thank you to those guys. Thank you to Admin Box as well for supporting the Series 2 and Sim Coach as well. And Cotterman's Garage as well. But a big thank you to everyone who's joined us here tonight. If you're watching us for the first time and you've been here for a little while and you haven't done so already, hit the like button and subscribe to the bell icon too so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Tomorrow we've got the doubleheader coming your way, Oakhouse Truck Series action as well as the Maximum Velocity League Truck Series action too. Back-to-back Truck Series racing. You guys don't want to miss it. Friday night as well, as Jim said, we have the Bite Point Sports Car Challenge coming your way. And with more across the weekend too, with many other series still to run throughout the rest of this weekend and in towards next week as well. We hope you're filling in some of your in-between action across the Daytona 24-hour weekend by checking out some Motormouth Broadcasting stuff as well. If you are going to Daytona this weekend, we hope you have a safe and happy trip as well. And if you're watching from home, we hope you guys enjoy the 24-hour action of the Rolex 24. But for myself, Hamish Fenner, and Jim Cunningham alongside, this has been round 2 of Season 4 of the Ultimate GT Challenge, brought to you by Full Throttle Nation out at Long Beach, California. We'll see you guys next week for round 3 out at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.